Nebuchadnezzar's image. This is a great story. But more than that, it is a story that is a turning point in history. God has dealt with the Jews up to this point. Here, God is revealing what is called the time of the Gentiles, which started then and has come down to us today. It's a fairly easy story to learn. It sounds complicated, but it's really not. 3 parts. The first part is when the king is talking to his counselors, and it's kind of a back and forth thing. Once you get past that, really basically you have the head, the chest and arms, the stomach and hips, the 2 legs and the feet with 10 toes. You just have to go through that and remember that. And that's gone through twice. You have the dream, and then you have the interpretation. So let's again review that part, and then we'll go through the whole thing and give you the storyboard. We have, first of all, what is it? The head. This is real easy. Then you have the chest and arms. You have the stomach and hips, the 2 legs, the feet with toes. Okay. Now, let's start at the beginning and start with that contest, you might say, between the counselors and the king as they're trying to convince one another. You have, first of all, the king. Now, it's important that you know the name Nebuchadnezzar. Great man in history, great man in the Bible. And there's several stories that involve him. So you have Nebuchadnezzar. This is like the king. You put your little finger and your thumb together, and then just come up and make a crown and say, Nebuchadnezzar had a dream, like you're sleeping. Nebuchadnezzar had a dream. At this point, you're going to leave your hand here because you're talking about that dream. And you're going to go out and in, out and in. So he had a dream, and he called in his counselors. They said, tell us the dream. Then he says, tell me the dream, or I will have you killed. Slow death. That's going across your throat. Again, they say, tell us the dream. He says, you're stalling. You'll make up something. They say, what you ask is impossible. He says, have them all killed. Okay, let's just go back through that. That's the out and in part. If you just remember, they always say, tell us the dream, or that's impossible. Okay, so you have, what is it? You say it with me. You have Nebuchadnezzar had a dream, called in his counselors. Tell us the dream. You tell me the dream, or I will have you killed. Tell us the dream. You're stalling. You'll make up something. That's impossible. What you ask is impossible. Have them all killed. And then Daniel says, give me some time and I will tell you the dream. Okay. Review that part. Make sure you have this part down. Before you go on to the next section, go back and review this part so you understand the out and in, out and in. Let's just go through it again, and then I will keep going. But if you need to review it, turn off the film and watch it again. Nebuchadnezzar had a dream, called in his counselors. Tell us the dream. You tell me the dream, or I'll have you killed. Tell us the dream. You're stalling. You'll make up something. What you ask is impossible. Have them all killed. Daniel says, give me some time, and I will tell you your dream. Then God reveals the dream to him. Now we go through the head of gold, the chest and arms of silver, the stomach and hips of bronze, the legs of iron, but in two parts. And then you have the feet and iron and clay. Do you remember those different metals? What is it? The head of what? Gold. Chest and arms of silver. Stomach and hips of bronze. 2 legs of iron. Feet of iron and clay. Stone, not made with hands. Throws it, destroys the whole thing, and it goes away as if it had no weight at all. Just blows away. Okay, now review that part. Review the first part and that. And when you're ready, we'll go to the last part. Okay? The last part is, you are the king, you are the head of gold. Talking to the king, you are the head of gold. Another nation will come that is not as good as you. A third nation will conquer the world. Each of these have a little twist to it. So remember that you are the head of gold. The second kingdom is not as good as you. The third will conquer the world. The fourth will crush everything before it, but will be divided into 2 parts. That's important. Well, like iron, it'll crush everything before it. It'll be divided in 2 parts. The last kingdom. Now we have first, second, third, and fourth kingdom, but the next one is called the last kingdom. It's not called the 5th kingdom. The last kingdom is feet of iron, will be as strong as iron, but as brittle as clay. So let's just go through that. You are the head of gold. Another kingdom will come that is not as good as you. The third kingdom will conquer the world. The fourth kingdom will be as strong as iron, will crush everything that's before it, but it'll be divided into 2 parts. The feet and the toes will be as strong as iron, but as brittle as clay. The stone is the kingdom of God. It will destroy all the kingdoms of this earth and be as if they didn't exist. And then there'll be no end to the kingdom of God. Now review that part. So you have the first part, the second, and then the third. And then it just ends with the king bowing down and saying, "You're God, He is God." Okay. Let's go through the whole thing from start to finish. Now I'm going to give some time so you can say it first and then I will follow you. So try to say it before me. And this will be a good review for you to go back and review just this section. What is it? Nebuchadnezzar had a dream, called in the counselors. Tell us the dream. You tell me the dream. I'll have you killed. Tell us the dream. You're stalling. You'll make something up. No one has asked this. Have them all killed. Daniel, give me some time. I will tell you the interpretation. Okay, now you have the head of gold, chest and arms of silver, stomach, hips of bronze, legs of iron, feet and toes of iron mixed with clay, stone carved out of the mountain without hands. Hits the feet, the whole image crashes down, and what? The wind blows it away as if it had no weight. Then the stone got bigger until it was a great mountain filling the earth. Now the interpretation. What is it? You are the head of gold. Another nation will come, not as good as you. Third kingdom will conquer the world. Fourth kingdom will be like iron, will crush everything before it. But what? Will be divided in two parts. The feet, the last kingdom, the feet and the toes will be as hard as iron, brittle as clay. Kingdom of God, destroy all the kings of the earth. And it'll be like they never have existed. The kingdom of God, there'll be no end. Your God, He is God. Well, review this storyboard. Practice it until you have it. And then tell the story. Like I've said so often, you have to kind of stumble through the story. The key to storytelling is you have to tell a story poorly until you can tell it well. Well, enjoy this story, and the Lord bless you.